Hi, and welcome to A Punk with Toys. My name is Lawrence, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Jada Toys Frosty the Snowman. And yes, it's in time for Christmas. Again, it's the beginning of November, so we're going to take a look at this. We're going to look at everything that he comes with. As you can see, he's packaged in an old-style TV. Now, again, if you're maybe a younger person and you don't watch a lot of TV around Christmas, you may not know who Frosty the Snowman is, but just wait a little bit. It's going to start showing up just like Rudolph the Reindeer and those other classic ones. But anyway, it's in this old style TV, which again, I think most people will have a hard time getting rid of the box here. You can kind of see the dials right there, and then you have Frosty. You have the Hocus Pocus rabbit. And as you can see, it has like this wood paneling. Right, well, not on the bottom. And then that's the old style TV, all right? They should have made this thing like 400 pounds to lift up just like the old ones. But anyway, we're going to take a look at this. We'll see if it's like the other Jadas. And what I mean by that, good quality. Really the only Jada that I was very disappointed in was the glow-in-the-dark Chester Cheetah. So anyway, we're going to take a look at this. Everything that they come with, the two head sculpts, the hands, Hocus Pocus, the creepy, cracked out rabbit, according to Woody 222, the figure addict. So let's get into this. But before we do, if you like this type of stuff, you like when I drop a Jada Toys review, please take a second, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you're notified anytime I drop a Jada Toys review. All right, so Frosty is out. You can see the TV back there. I'll probably leave, actually I know I'll leave the TV box together, but he'll probably go back in there after Christmas. So let's look at the accessories like I normally like to. And we'll start off with the hands. So he has his 3 fingers and the thumb. This is clearly meant to grab something. I don't know, can it grab his pipe? It looks like he can grab the pipe nice and easily. So it's just going to plug right in. We'll see how that goes. No real detail to it other than you can kind of see where the fingers go. All right, here we have a more closed hand, which this I'm going to assume is going to be for the broom. Again, same type of detail. And then it looks like he has 2 open slap hands or a kind of a thumbs up, but he's not really giving the thumbs up yet. So, you can, again, this kind of reminds me of Mickey Mouse. They're just going to kind of move back and forth. And we'll pop them on. We'll see how they look. But again, how much detail does a snowman actually have? His soft goods here, he has a nice little scarf. It does have a wire through it, so you can make it look like it's kind of blowing in the wind. And this really reminds me of stuff that would be on what my mom would have back in the 80s for Christmas. But it just kind of wraps around. I guess you could take it out if you really wanted to. But again, I don't know why you'd want to. Assuming we're going to pop the head off, and that's how that's going to go on. All right, he has his pipe. All right, we'll see how that goes in there. You can actually put some stuff in there. I'm sure there's a way to make it look like it's smoking without actually ruining it. But just some detail right here. You got a bent stem right there. Some detail within the pipe. I don't know anything about pipes, so I'm not going to sit there and try and tell you anything else. He has the broom. All right. So nice wood handle. Nice and straight also, but it has some flexibility to it. You can see the rings around it that's going to hold this all together. You got your bristles. You have the rope that goes around it. On the bottom, you have a little bit of detail, so maybe you're sweeping up some snow or some dirt and you want to mark it, you can do that. You can see the way the bristles are bending apart, which is what you always get whenever you have a broom for too long. Looks pretty cool. Again, I don't know how much detail you're supposed to have with this. He has a separate hat that has more of a curved brim. You can see that the flower there is kind of pushed on. Some pretty good paint. No real overrun right there. Just black all the way around. And then you get the little pink flower with the blue in the middle. But it's that nice little top hat. It's been a long time since I've seen the movie, so I'm trying Trying to remember why he has two different hats here that are very similar. Here we have his head, and I believe this is before he changes. All right. So you have the red nose, just the black eyes. There's no overrun. And then you have his face, or his mouth, that's kind of just carved into it. And here, we can plug that, that pipe into it. We know there's a lot of companies that if they did this today, they probably wouldn't give him a pipe. They try and avoid that, which, I don't know, it's kind of what he's known for. And here we have Hocus Pocus, the cracked out rabbit. Wow. He does look like he's on crack. Anyway, he has some pink ears on the inside. He has the bent ear over here. You can see they're already articulated. We'll take a look at it. He's got the googly pink eyes. So you can see the pupils right there. Big bright red nose. Some whiskers. He's got the bucky teeth right there. Holding on to his belly for dear life. He's got the nice cottontail right there. Or rabbit tail, whatever you want to call it. I think he's a rabbit. Oof. And then he just has some like platypus feet. Look like duck feet. As for the articulation on this thing, I mean, you can see the, I guess you can see the mouth right there. You can see the detail within the mouth. But his articulation is the ears do move around. His head can turn side to side. It can go up a little bit, go down a little. His legs actually move around. And you can actually articulate the feet. So you can move him around and he's going to be able to stand up on his own, all wigged out and everything. So that's your Hocus Pocus rabbit. I don't know. I don't even remember Hocus Pocus the rabbit. I'm reviewing a figure, but I feel like I watched Frosty so many times, but I guess you kind of watch it and don't even pay attention to it. So here we get to the actual Frosty the Snowman. This is after he becomes from this to this. Now maybe you want to display him like this. And maybe he sits like this till you get the first snowfall of the year. And then you tell your kids once the snowfall hits, his face will change, right? Kind of like the elf on the shelf. Maybe start something new. So we get the hat here. You can see this brim is much straighter. Has the cutout here. You can see the full... flower right there. But the flower looks good. Okay, pink all the way around. No paint rub. I guess a little bit of paint rub on the black right there. So that's the belt going around it. Got the blue right there. Same top, right? He has the more animated eyes because now he's alive. Still got the red nose. So you can see now he has the pupils. It looks like this is actually maybe two different shades of white. Like maybe this is like the actual paint. This is the actual color of the plastic. And maybe they did a little bit of paint just to make it look a little more solid. Got a blue mouth. He's got a much more accurate face. And then he can also plug in the pipe. All right. He's got that big Michelin Man body. Everything is smooth. There's really no texture to this guy at all. Again, he's snow. He has a punchy, because what snowman doesn't need punchy? And then he has what looks like is some sort of snapping fingers. But they're all, again, they're not individual. These are all kind of molded together. No pegs on his feet, which is good. It means no stands. All right, as for the articulation, I mean, there's nothing more to him. This is what he is. All right, so his hat can move around. So I can move his hat wherever we want it. His head swivels back and forth. He can kind of look up and down. He has a great T-pose. He turns at the shoulder. He has single jointed elbows with about a 90-degree turn right there. His wrists articulate perfectly fine. He's pretty smooth, to be honest. And let's see here. He turns, well, he can wobble at the waist. He can turn. This is on a softer plastic, but it does start to pull away. You kind of want it like that. His legs are going to move only so far, and he does have ankle rockers and, I guess, feet articulation. As for popping the stuff off him, well, there's his head. And wow, didn't expect that. Wasn't expecting that. So I would say heat the head up, hot water, don't need boiling water, and then you can pop this off. But I'm not going to do it because I really don't care for this hat, or I don't know why I need this hat right now. I think I got to rewatch it, decide how I want to display it. But you can see how that sits. Hot water, this will pop out. I wasn't expecting to pop out of his head so easily, but it did. There's a lot of tension on it. So heat the hat up, kind of put it in water like this, let this all heat up, and then pop this off, and you probably won't have to worry about it popping off his head. But yeah, that's going to do that now every time until I heat that up. All right, so you pop this head on it if you want. It is a tight fit right there. You might want to heat this all up, to be 100% honest, to get that to pop on, because you can kind of see how it just sticks up like that. But I want that face in. As for the hands, they pop off nice and easily. I think we have to have this hand now. If you've been following along with the Jada stuff, they've been doing some really nice stuff. Right now they're doing Scooby-Doo, but they've touched on doing, you know, the I think they're doing the Flintstones, right? I think they're doing the Flintstones, but they've done a lot of cereal. Frosted Flakes, Tony the Tiger. They've done Chester Cheetah. So they do these really obscure action figures that probably no one else is thinking about ever doing. So it's something a little different. Forgot to put the the scarf on him. So now he's going to have the scarf. And again, we can kind of move it around all we want. Give him his broom. And give him his smoky pipe right there. And then we're going to give him his Hocus Pocus rabbit. This actually will hide the hide the neck issue. And here we go. There's his Hocus Pocus. There you go. That's kind of like the review. There's not much to him, but I think he's going to be really cool when it comes to Christmas time. You want to display it. You want your action figures kind of representing your Christmas display. This is actually what seems to be a pretty good one. I mean, he looks like Frosty the Snowman, but again, you'd be hard pressed to screw that up. So there you go. Let's wrap this up. All right, there you go. That is the Jada. I want to say Jada Street Fighter. It's not. Jada Toys, Frosty the Snowman, and the creepy Hocus Pocus. It's been a long time. I feel like I remember Rudolph a little bit better. But anyway, if you're interested in this, if you're a Christmas person, I think this might be a must-have. I mean, maybe you're not into action figures where you're like, hey, I need... Maybe you don't need your Christmas stuff to be an action figure. But if you're like us and you have problems and you love action figures, this might be perfect for you. $50 seems like a steep price. But this is one of those ones that you're going to just pack away and you're going to bring out every single year. You're never going to have to buy another Frosty, right? I don't think anyone's ever going to come out and be like, that is a better Frosty. Like, what's better about him? Is he whiter? Is he smoother? Is he actual snow? I don't know. That's up for you to decide. But anyway, I picked it up. If you're interested, you can pick it up. I'm I'm not sure if it's a BBTS exclusive, but I know you can get it at Big Bad Toy Store. Right now, it is available before Christmas because who wants to get your Santa Claus and your reindeers after Christmas? Yes, I'm looking at you, BBTS, once again. Anyway, there you go. I'm going to get out of here. You stayed this long. Please take a second. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I drop a Jada Toys review. Not just Jada Street Fighter. Now I'm going to get out of here. Maybe you're like, hey, I heard you talk about that Tony the Tiger. Well, you know what? I'm going to leave that right here for you. And down here will be all the other Jada stuff that I reviewed. Take care.